Hey guys, it's Jasmine. Welcome back. If it's your first time here, thanks for stopping by. We hope to see you again and again. But today we are working in Design Space. We are going to be making a t-shirt, and we're actually going to be layering vinyl today. So yeah, let's get into it. I was just looking to see what was new, but we are going to click New Project and get to a blank canvas. So I had someone who wanted a shirt, and she kind of just gave me free range, but she wanted something a little spiritual or inspirational. So I chose Blessed Beyond Measure. And if you notice, it's a little bit different. There was an update since the last time I used Design Space. Before, you would text your words in a little text box, but now when you click text, you're typing right there on the screen. It's a little bit different, but still works basically the same. So I wanted to use two different fonts. So I'm just, playing with it, trying to figure it out. So right here, I am adjusting the width because I know I want it to be 11 inches wide across the front of my shirt. And I want those two words, blessed and measure, those are going to be the same size. They're going to be the same color and the same font. But the word beyond, I want it to stand out a little bit. So I thought that I could select both and change the font at the same time, but it wouldn't allow me to do that. So I'm going to actually go backwards and readjust beyond. Right there I have it at 8 inches, but at the end I'm not sure what size it's going to be. But anyway, I am going through the fonts that I have. So if you can see, it says all, system, or Cricut. If you have it on all, it'll combine your system font and the Cricut fonts. If you just do Cricut has a couple free fonts, but most of them you have to pay for. But if you choose system, which I normally do, it just allows you to choose from the fonts that are installed on your device. Now, I don't just have the automatic fonts that come with my computer. I actually purchased some from designbundles.net. I am not sponsored by them, but feel free to check them out. They have some cool fonts that are not expensive. So I pretty much know the idea of what I'm looking for the font, but I'm just going to click through to certain ones that I see and see if they actually, kind of look the way I imagined it in my head. So right now, this one is called Boy Kids, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see where I go on here. Nope, this one is actually Cool Cat. And this is one that is purchased from designbundles.net. This was a little bit thicker because I knew I wanted a thicker font. So I chose this, but I'm going to end up changing it again. But I just wanted to play with it to kind of just be able to see if it looked like what I wanted. Now, I said I wanted the word beyond to kind of stand out, so I choose a more script-like font, and I'm going to change the color so that I can really see it. And if you click that arrange button, you can, decide where in the layering process that can go. Not necessarily in real life, but just on your screen. Because I'm going to do them in different colors, they will be cut on different vinyl, so it's not like I can just do it like that and cut it on vinyl that way, because I'm using two different colors. Unless it was a print then cut, then it would all be one. So here I'm just changing the word blessed and the word measure to white because I am actually going to be using white vinyl for that, and I want to have the best picture of what I'm actually going to do. So I'm also going to add a square You can do the square whatever size you choose to. I just do it just enough so that, you know, it fits behind my words. And I'm going to change the color to as close as I can get to the color of the shirt or garment I'm going to use, so I can see and have like a real picture of what that would look like on my garment, because I don't want to waste vinyl. So I want to like really be certain that this is what I want before I go ahead and cut it. So once you get the color, you know, to where you want it, you're going to click arrange and you're going to send it to the back because you want that behind everything else. So that is what it looks like. And honestly, I'm not satisfied with that font for Blessed and Measure. So I'm going to click back on the font box, and I'm going to scroll through a little bit more and see what else I can find that like really gets me to the point of what I'm actually looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and resize this back to 11 inches, and I am going to change it back to white. And this I like. It's like more clean and more, I just like it better. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with Measure. And because I remember the font, I can just type it in rather than having to scroll. Again, I'm going to resize it and change it to white. So now I'm going to go ahead and select everything. I'm going to click Align, and then I'm going to center it. So I'm going to choose to center it horizontally, and that's going to make sure that the word Beyond is going to be in the center. And I'm going to pay close attention to where that B and that D are, you know, like where they line up. So that when I layer this in real life, like on my garment, that it's going to be centered. Now, you may not want it to be centered. You may want it to be slightly diagonal. Feel free to play around with it and, you know, make it look the way you want it to look. But, you know, you just gotta be willing to try things out. But that's how I want it. So that's what I'm going to do. So I was going to go ahead and click Make It, but then I remembered that that green box, that will cut as well, and I have no real need for that. So I'm actually going to go back out and delete that. Now, always remember, when you're doing iron-on, you want to go ahead and mirror your mat, so that way it cuts it in not, I mean, it's going to cut it in reverse based on the way that you place the vinyl on the mat, but then once you place it on your shirt to iron it on, it's going to be the right way. So I have the vinyl cut and weeded, and I did kind of stick it together just to have an idea of, you know, how I wanted everything placed and spaced, especially the space between blessed and measured. Here is the shirt that I'm going to be using. Don't forget to take any stickers off whatever shirt you're going to be using, because you do not want to try and put vinyl over that. And we cannot just place this on the shirt and press it like that, because they have to be layered, and that plastic piece, the vinyl will stick to that, because Beyond is on top of both Blessed and Measure. That just wouldn't work out. So I'm going to have to put Blessed and Measure on and then press that and then add Beyond after. So I'm just having all three together just to have an idea of the spacing, because I have to leave that blank space in the middle. So here I'm just kind of playing with it in a sense. I'm just like playing with the placement per se. Just trying to make sure that everything is right. I end up, you know, grabbing my T-square to try and measure and everything, because if you are selling something and doing something for a profit, you want to make sure that it's right. So I don't care how long it takes you, how many times you have to like take the vinyl off and start over, it'll be worth it. If you're interested in this T-square, I did get it from Amazon. I will try to put a link to it in the description box. But yeah, I use it to kind of find the center, which in this instance I really didn't, so I'm gonna have to redo this again anyway. But I was using it to measure the space between Blessed and Measure, so that I could make sure that on the left hand side and on the right hand side it was about 6 centimeters apart, because sometimes it'll be like a slight slant and it just throws everything off for me, and I don't like it. So I needed to make sure that everything was like exactly even. So once I got this on the press, I realized that this was not exactly centered. It was probably like 1.5 centimeters off, which isn't like terrible, but yeah, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna try my best to do it right. So I could not just leave it like that. But because I had already gone through all the trial and error of doing this that first time, it didn't take so long to get it right. Also, the T-square really helps with centering, because if you put that center bar over like the tag, then you kind of pretty much have your center anyway. Well, you at least have the center of your shirt, and you have to determine what the center of your design is. I do it by measuring the design. If it's say 27 inches long, then your center is going to be at 13.5. So yeah. Once you are satisfied with your layout, you can go ahead and put that on your press. My press is set to 375, and I am using Caesar heat, or Caesar by mistake, Caesar heat transfer vinyl. I do it at 375 for 10 to 15 seconds. So for that first layer, I just do it for 10 seconds, and then I'm going to take off that little like transfer sheet. It's not really a transfer sheet, but I don't know what to call it. I'm going to take that top layer off, and then I am going to place beyond. I'm eyeballing it, but based on where I like really paid attention earlier, I'm going to place it where I believe it should go. So now I'm gonna take just a like cover sheet. This is actually from the last video, that Africa shirt. That's that like top sheet from that. I'm just gonna place it over the whole thing, just to keep everything protected. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on my press for 15 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that back. Everything comes off together. Place that to the side, and there was like a little piece of lint, so I pulled that off. But everything is done. And here we have Blessed Beyond Measure. If you learned something, feel free to give this video a thumbs up, and also don't forget to turn off your heat press. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.
Give us a subscribe, hit that button.